Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're jumping back into the YouTuber Let's Play with Late Age Mictlan, and of course this is Lucid, and it's turn 15. So, yeah, if you recall last episode, we were trying to interpret what Utgard was doing, and expecting an attack, we chose to attack him first, as Mictlan does. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. We get a message from Ulm, saying, "Greetings, ally. Be advised we are attacking Pangaea this month, and we suggest that you take the ruins of Dasburg and all the provinces south of it while we take the northern provinces." And I would love to be doing this. This would be a much better way to have my game go, but it looks like Utgard has other plans. A message from Midgard. "Bloodmen, we's in a tough spot. We being caught between thighs of angry frost giants, and when yous get your joys..." Okay, you can read this. I'm not going to do this anymore. Anyway, the important thing from this is he wants to kind of attack the giants, but he can't. And he wants to basically kind of take one of my pieces of land. And that's not going to play. So, and we have a message from Utgard. While we do not want to back off from a war, we are aware that it might be in our mutual favor not to engage in one. However, the people... basically, he wants 2 provinces from me. And that's not going to happen. So, anyway... we have some battles, so let's look at it. We attack Utgard twice, and they're kind of desperate attacks. And the unfortunate thing was, because he did not attack us and we were expecting him to, we sent this little raiding party in, but unfortunately they ran into one of his real armies because he ended up moving that army south, which is what I expected him to do if he didn't attack me. So it was kind of just a misread on my part. And these Eagle Warriors are definitely going to die here. These Gamherdings are pretty good, and he's got a bunch of his little Huskarls also, so they're just going to get butchered. I'll be lucky if I kill like 5 or 6 of them. Or even 1 or 2. Let's see what happens. They jump up in the air. Okay, we kill some of the Huskarls, but as soon as the Gamherdings get in, it's going to be bad news bears. Yeah, if we sniped their commanders, that would be kind of awesome. Okay, and then them jumping right in the middle when they were back with the commanders. Probably not a great idea. So anyway, that's how this one went. We killed 15 of the Huskarls, so not horrible. I mean, in terms of gold, these are 10 gold. My guys are 15. So in terms of gold, not a horrible trade. But those were cap-only units. And then the crossbows I had, we sent on top of his fort, if you recall. There's just token PD there, so we killed them. But the problem now is Midgard has said he's going to attack here to buy time. Going back to his message. Anyway, we're not going to do that. So, expecting him to attack, there's a few things we're going to do. One is, I am not okay with the, hey, give me some of your land and we can be friends. I don't play that game. So, expecting him to attack me here, I'm going to actually bring in my mercs and then the few sacreds that I have nearby to try to kind of mount an defense. I have a lot of PD here, which may not be a great idea anyway, but they were there from before. I don't think oh no, I actually upped it some. Okay, I upped it a good bit. Yeah, we're going to try to mount a defense. I don't know who he has. It's one of the problems fighting Midgard. You cannot get accurate scouting reports for a lot of their elite troops. So anyway, they're coming in here, and I'm hoping he just has token PD, and we'll slip in behind him with our crossbowmen and kill them. And that way, if we win this fight, which is kind of a low chance, we'll have cut off his retreat route, and it will be a complete wipe. Meanwhile, I sent a message to Utgard, because Utgard did not attack me, so it seems you want wars, or you want peace with the condition of taking my lands. This will not pass. We are withdrawing our troops from your lands as we committed to do last turn. If you expressed interest in a non-aggression pact, though we expect you may retaliate this turn, we do not accept a nap under the condition of you taking our land. So let us know if you want war, so this awkward diplomatic situation may be made simple. To Midgard I say, Lay off the ales. Ale is made for the warrior caste, not the ruling. We take your declaration of war and will respond with the few troops that we have in the area. We will also begin mobilizing a proper army to deal with the crazed invaders. You think you will buy time by attacking Mictlan? Time from what? Opening up a war with me will only weaken you in the eyes of your neighbors. The only thing you will buy is the death and destruction of your armies and peoples. Violence is the great decider and an unpleasant teacher. And then a message to man. The proud Jaguar peoples wanted to see who your early war targets might be and who you have allied with. We also want to throw out there, I expect Midgard might send an army through our little one-province border. I will quickly kill it. I will kill it quickly enough, I expect. This might open up an opportunity for you. Since I have no desire to hold Midgard or to fight a war through a one-province border, my ambition is just to kill his armies. Perhaps you should consider fighting him, since his archers on fire cavalry destroy his sacred units, which rely on glamour. And he will be much harder to fight once Storm and Arrowfin come online. Midgard will have those in about a year. So I didn't think we could make common cause, but if you're diplomatically flexible, you could take advantage of Midgard losing an army, which might happen eventually if he fights me. So anyway, that's kind of the diplomatic lay of the land. It's really weird. This is probably one of the only games I've played in where you can't message outside of the game. So the situation with Utgard, where, are we at war or are we not at war? I don't know. And normally you would just message him out of game and you would decide. But now it's like this weird thing where you have to rely on these, and everybody's trying to roleplay too, which makes it worse. So you rely on very cryptic back and forth. And it's made worse by Midgard acting very differently than he's actually. I mean, when he puts a 200-person army on my border and is not allied, I assume he's going to attack, but then he doesn't. It's very, very weird. So, not kind of normal diplomacy here. And they're probably wondering, what the hell I'm doing, because I'm just Midgard's going to be why are you attacking me? Because, his message is kind of cryptic. He's hey, I'm going to attack this, it's going to buy land. No, hell you're going to attack that. Anyway. But then he's going to wonder, why I'm attacking him. So this no messaging outside of game, and I hope the other players are doing it, because I'm definitely putting myself at somewhat of a disadvantage by doing that, is making it very weird. Though Midgard could potentially attack me here through the island. He has sailing dudes. Actually, I don't know if they can make it. That's 2 provinces. I could attack him actually here, somewhere on the coast. I don't know if I'm going to. Let's keep going here. Okay, so we're moving here to stage a defense. We're attacking behind here in a somewhat desperate move. I don't really have a ton of troops yet, which is kind of one of my problems. The other thing we're doing is I'm expecting Utgard to probably attack here. He has a big army here and a big army here. He's going to consolidate. I have a bunch of PD here I can't uninvest. That's the problem with province defense. But we're going to start consolidating an army here. I'm going to move a bunch of guys here, and hopefully they will be in a good position to attack. We're also going to search. This is a forest province, and I have a nature dude there, so we'll see if there are any sites that we can take advantage of. I didn't do unexpected events. Let's see what we got. Diseases spreading, awesome. And then a fertility cult. I love that fertility cult. It can keep going. I wonder what my Dominion score graph looks like. It's actually going down. I need to keep an eye on this. I want it to go down, but I don't want it to go down too much. I think we're okay. So anyway, that's basically this turn. We're going to go ahead and hop into the next turn without much further ado. That was turn 15. So now we're going to go into turn 16, and this will probably be the last one I do for this episode. We're probably going to do turn 17 together in a separate episode. Okay, so we get a message from Man. He says, your lies about affording to pay for reparations while castles and temples appear out of nowhere is one thing, but the treatment and execution of poor defenseless Mr. Siambra Bull last month, a storyteller of wide renown and a court favorite of the aged Magister something womanizer. News of poor Sambria's demise has shaken old Erexius to his socks, and he has retired to his library, from the library to his bed. You heathens go too far. We cannot trust you and your intentions. And so we give notice that we are withdrawing from our agreement. Okay, so man is no longer at peace with me. A message from Ulm. He's engaged Pangaea, but we're alarmed to discover his pretender, a carrion dragon. We reasoned he would be fully occupied by his war against Cetis, but this appears to not be the case. We have only limited communication with Utgard, just trifling pleasantries. And then a message from Ulm. We do not wish to alarm you, but we will be able to hold our own against Pangaea and fully expect to be able to defeat him soon. His pretender is merely a speed bump. Okay. So Ulm is fighting Pangaea. I'm not going to be able to help him, unfortunately, as I would like to. We found a magic site here at Gatewood Valley. I think this is a Nature 1 site. Oh no, kills undead. Centaur Chariot. I didn't actually know that. That might actually be useful. These guys are not bad. But fighting giants, they're not that good. They're expensive. Yeah, I don't think I like them. Okay, and then on to battles. There's a battle here. We'll actually watch this. It's kind of a trash army of Cetis versus Pangaea. Cetis has not been fielding very compelling armies here. They basically, it's some chaff that just gets mowed down by these Minotaurs, and then, yeah. Okay. We are attacking into the ocean. Got our little dudes doing their thing. Part of the reason I'm actually underprepared for this war on land is I've been spending so many turns out of my capital making these ocean expansion parties. So anyway, that's kind of going to come at a cost. And then here you see us pinging Midgard with our crossbowmen. If we can rout this front line, we actually have a shot. Doesn't look like we're going to do that. Oh, maybe. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we almost had it, but we didn't. So we killed a fair amount of his dudes that were situated in that province. Anyway. Utgard is attacking us. This is our province filled with PD. Again, to look at his bless, he's... Did I not... Did he not just bless it? Okay, here it is. It's regeneration, magic weapons, fortitude, magic resistance. Pretty good. Regeneration and fortitude's good against me. Regeneration's not great because I have very killy dudes, so these guys aren't going to be alive long enough to regenerate. I think that's about it for this turn. The events, yeah, the dead rise from their graves. We got attacked by some indies here. Okay, this is a bit annoying. We lost this province. I think this actually was... Yeah, this was one of our forts. Normally these slingers are kind of actually a little okay against undead, but they get hit like once or twice and then they rout. So that's unfortunate. And then down here... these indies attack one of my armies, and that is not going to go very well for them. I just get slaughtered here. So, let's take a look at it. He has a huge death ball, which is pretty scary. And, yeah. This actually isn't my latest turn. I think I actually move differently. I move... pretty much everybody down here. I've got a ton of PD here, and the thought is he's almost definitely going to move here. I think he's not going to death ball into my cap. He's going to come down this way. So I've got these marks. I've only got one turn left on them. I'm going to move everybody I have down here and form up a defense. I don't think this is actually the formation I put people in. For whatever reason, this isn't, like, the turn file. I think I moved these guys forward a little. Put these guys here. I've got this guy here. One of the weird things I did is hold an attack closest on these Eagle Warriors. The reason is, and I'll show you, he has his Gamherdings on hold an attack, which means that... you know what? Actually, might have still worked. Because it takes 2 turns to fly and land. So I guess his Gamherdings would be out here. I might have been able to snipe his archers. Probably should have done that. Yeah, I probably should have. But anyway, I don't. We have him on hold and attack closest because his Gamherdings are on hold and attack. So it's very possible that my Eagle Warriors slam into the Gamherdings, which I don't want, particularly. I've got these guys just on hold and attack closest. And then I have a ton of PD, like 33. And it's pretty good PD. I have heavy cav, the light cavalry, which are horse archers, which are really good. And then some of my guys, the slings aren't really going to do anything. But it should provide enough kind of fodder so that my other guys don't get targeted down by the archers and things like that. Yeah, so anyway, that's kind of the plan. We're going to catch him here. I don't know if he brings everybody, like if he brings these guys and these guys. How many? Let's see how many guys he has total, because 33, yeah. Probably has another 10 or 15 here, so he could probably bring like 55, 60 Gamherdings. That would be a lot. That'd be like all of his production. It's kind of scary. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, but we're gonna go for it. This is a pretty high income province. I don't really want to give it to him. The other thing that sucks is this really like disrupts my flow of units right here, and it also is going to effectively kill like 4 Jaguar Warriors since I can't recruit them this turn. We're building a lab here also. Yeah. And these 2 dudes, right, this is my profit, and then all of these little Jaguars, we're going to move them over into this province. And then from here, either we're going to defend against Midgard, or we're going to move up and attack Utgard. Not sure. It really depends on how this battle here goes. I think it's almost like a 95% chance Utgard attacks here. Yeah. Meanwhile, in terms of research, we are plugging up Alteration. Got 87 a month, and this guy, I now have 2 of these guys researching, which... these Nahuli don't suck at research. That's about the best thing we can say. Once you give them this little familiar, they kind of do okay. So, yeah, anyway, my research is up to like 87, and I said I wanted to get it to like 100, and that will allow me to get some of my early alteration things done in a timely manner. So anyway, we're going to continue with that. Trying to think if there's much else to talk about this turn. Not really. We're site searching here. We're getting Jaguars in all of our forts. We're getting Mictlan priests. We're getting a lab here so I can get more Mictlan priests. I really need to get my blood economy going. I've got this guy who is creating Jaguar fiends, which are pretty good. I got my first batch this month. We're going to be getting 3 more every month after that. But I need my blood economy going, and it is not really going yet. Yeah. Not totally sure how I'm going to get it going. I mean, we're building labs so we can get more of these priests is going to be obviously a pretty important part. And I've got a bunch of slaves so they can help keep the unrest down. But, yeah. I wanted a little more breathing room. I'm kind of getting into a war, like a serious war with Utgard. Like, this is not a joke around army. And he could totally, I mean, if things go badly for me, I could just lose. So... I need a few more turns, right? The difference between Utgard and I are that I'm going to scale much better once I have a bunch of forts up cranking out sacreds, and he's not. So I really, yeah, I really want a few more turns so that I can get, 20 sacreds a turn to his, 7 or 8. But right now, I'm a bit in trouble because I invested all this money in these underwater expansions. Which are not going to help me in this war with Utgard. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then man saying he's going to attack me makes for... Yeah, doesn't make me happy. I think what I kind of have to do, and maybe that's against this strategy, I really need to... If I won this battle, it's going to be huge. But I need to kind of deathball, and then when you're fighting multiple players, you cannot afford to take a ton of attrition, and the best way to prevent taking attrition is to deathball and like put a ton of units in like very big armies rather than to split up and raid. And I would like to win the raiding battle, but to really effectively win the raiding battle, I need to win a few major conflicts first, and then I can go like raid and take a bunch of his territory. Yeah, I don't know. This is not quite how I was hoping it would go. Maybe I should have been nicer on Diplo, but that would have required giving up a bunch of land, which I can't really afford to do. So, I don't know. We're going to live by the sword here, guys. Wish me luck. But anyway, we're going to have a big battle here probably next turn. Aside from that, Palisades coming up here. We got 2 months left, so seems pretty safe. We're patrolling down the Unrest here too, which will be nice. Trying to think if there's anything else in particular. Death Income's coming up quite a bit. I don't really have a way to spend it yet. I haven't really thought about that either. Let's figure that out. Probably will empower somebody in Death. Fire Death? That might be good. This guy will be able to make fire boosters. But, yeah, maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. But anyway, that's going to be a while off. It's going to be quite a few turns, which actually, and I may have kind of lost by then. If I get ganged up on by 2 people, it could be tricky. Could be tricky. And yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it for this turn and for this episode. So anyway, it's a kind of critical time here in this game. And yeah, don't know how it will go. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.